Hi ladies, I'm here with lovely Lord Gavin Cloud Valentine, and I heard all about him from a very nice beauty editor first of all, and he spent a lot of time in America, but I kind of thought it'd be fun for us to meet because it's very different from a Caroline Hirons moment, who also Gavin knows and is obsessed with skincare. We're going to go into details later, but he's come here to give me the facial of the stars, and Gavin does many of them, and I kind of thought we all sort of want to know what they really do to look great, and we're going to discuss also beauty routines, because Gavin, like me, comes from a place of not going to beauty school but having such an unbelievable passion
for it,
that we've become experts through that, trying everything under the sun and having acne, which we're going to discuss.
And actually, I think having problems that you're wanting to fix makes you an expert. You'll learn more about what's out there than just the layman in the street.
Exactly. Well, it makes you not even just an expert, but it makes you so passionate about finding the solution, because it affects you so badly.
And we want to share it with all of you.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a machine. So okay, we're going to do a few things here. One is you're giving me a facial, which is an Intraceuticals facial.
Yeah, this is the Intraceutical system. So this is the treatment. It uses oxygen under light pressure. And what we use with it is to infuse the skin with a microwave of hyaluronic acid. Now, we talk about hyaluronic acid all the time, but not a lot of people know what it is. So let's just do a little overview.
Yeah, let's do an overview. Now, should we do it? Do you want to do it when you're doing it to me? How long does the treatment take?
I can do good one in 20 minutes.
You can?
Yeah.
Okay, and is it noisy?
It's going to be like that.
Oh, that's all right. So shall I lie back and think of England?
Dear
and Scotland?
Yes.
And then we can chat more, so
yes.
that's great. Okay, so here we go. All right, what are we going to start with? What you're going to pump into my skin.
Okay, so I'll see what I'm using and what it does.
Exactly, exactly. Because then we can look at where else does hyaluronic exist. Because let's start with hyaluronic acid, actually, Gavin.
So hyaluronic acid is a naturally occurring molecule within the body. So it binds moisture to itself, and it's around all the important things that's going on. So our organs, our synovial fluid. It's the thing that when you look at a toddler...
Synovial fluid, say that in
our
English.
joints. Okay,
exactly.
So in our joints, where our knees, our elbows, anywhere that gets creaky and creaky as we get older, we're losing the hyaluronic in that space. And what it is essentially a cushion for all the important organs in our body and our joints.
But for our face, it's the cushion to give us plumpness.
Exactly. Yeah. So you look at a child and you think, God, look at that bouncy, gorgeous, plump face, that radiant glow. Now, after the age of 25, we lose about 50% of our natural hyaluronic production.
Well, let's also talk about, because a lot of people might say, what does our collagen have to do with hyaluronic? Because the collagen manufacturing inside our body goes down as well, so how the two are connected is also important to say at this stage.
So collagen gets, as we get older, our collagen production slows down, and the lack of moisture is a trigger to our collagen producing hormone that we actually don't need to produce it anymore, that it can actually just assuage. So what we need to do is get the hydration restored, the hyaluronic back within the skin, so the collagen can set about doing its work. One feeds the other.
Okay, so you're saying if we have the hyaluronic in, the collagen, I mean there's many ways you can kickstart collagen, which we'll go into, but you know, I think the kind of where it's much worse for us than for you is that a woman, when she reaches menopause, she just, you know, this kind of, there is hardly any collagen production or hyaluronic production going on, which is why we feel dry and dehydrated, and why our skin loses its moisture, and why men have an easier time and age so beautifully.
Well, those who naturally age, and obviously I've done a lot of things not to do that, but to your point, yes.
How old are you, Gavin?
I'm publicly 28, real life 32.
But how can you say, sorry, because I am a woman of 54, when you say I'm publicly 28, it's like, do you need to shave off those 5 years?
Shave it off now,
Seriously?
and it doesn't seem like such a hoax when you actually get to 55.
But is this because you're in a nightclub and you want somebody to feel you're younger? Because it's not for your clients.
No,
it's better for your clients that they think you're older than you look.
You know, it's pure vanity, and there's nothing more exciting and exhilarating as when you go to a liquor store and you get carded, and they question whether you're legally entitled to buy the booze.
Do you have that?
All the time, because in America it's 21, and with a dim light and cap, I pass on that.
Yeah, I mean, that is like, that was something I thought about literally when I cracked my first egg. It seems so long ago. But let's get started.
And actually, I don't mind aging. It's not about being young. It's just kind of a little fun thing I say. It's really just about feeling my best. And by feeling my best, I've engineered a new face and I've put hydration back.
All right, done. Okay, well, I'm just going to, I think, would I be more impressed if you were 35 and I see your skin? But I'm just happy you're doing it And let's
Well,
get
you
started.
would be if you looked at what I used to look like.
Okay, then. Well, do you have a before and after
I'm
picture?
sure I do somewhere.
Okay,
It has been burnt.
We might try and find it. All right,
Yes.
let's get started.
All right.
And I just want to ask you, because there's, as you go, but there's some, you know, us poor mortals are not going to some Hollywood opening. But there's many women you do, and I kind of want to understand first, because we see pictures in magazines and we think, my God, you know, that woman looks so incredible. And it's a great way for a woman to feel sort of like shitty about herself, because we can look and think, oh my God, I can never look like her. And that's either because we're looking at Cara Delevingne advertising a age cream in Dior, and she's crazy. You know, which is insane, or people on the red carpet who look amazing. But we need to know how much work goes into it.
You know, the truth of the matter is not a lot of work.
Oh,
it seems like a lot of work, but you know, when you're actually with them as a reality, all of these women are real people. They have the same concerns as everybody else has, as anybody has that doesn't have a high profile position. The difference is for them, the stake is higher, and their job is to kind of be like you and me, Trinny. Try everything and figure out what works. Now,
yes, but their job is not, I mean, our job is doing that because we love trying and share with people. Their job is to look amazing on screen in a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me somebody who you do, who you think really looks great for her age.
Well, you know, fortunately the women I do work with, I could say that about all of them. The one who really blew my mind as a natural beauty in someone's defying age is Susan Sarandon.
Well, she just looks masterful.
I mean, if any of
you don't know her, think of that lovely red hair and lots of movies, but she's now
72. And when I say she looks 50...
Did you know she was 72, Ross? Sorry, I just literally thought she was 60, but when you say 72... Is that because also, let's just think, has she ever gone in the sun?
No.
Okay.
And that's the number one thing. And that's the same with Julianne Moore, who I work with.
Okay.
You know, these women
You
are
like a redhead, don't you?
I do, and I love Nicole Kidman, although she's now blonde.
Okay.
But, you know, staying out of the sun is the first thing someone needs to do.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the older we get, and if we didn't behave ourselves, and we had too many trips to Greece or Ibiza...
Yes, which I did.
We need to focus on therapies that remove our bad behavior from our face, right?
All right.
So that's a different protocol that involves a lot of different products, lasers, therapies to really do that.
Which I sort of share with the ladies who watch the different things we can do. But if you were to look at someone, so let's look at Susan Sarandon, who just looks immaculate. But does she have a hugely long skincare routine?
No, not at all.
Okay.
You know, she works primarily with L'Oreal, so she uses a drugstore skincare brand that anybody can get at a local Boots or
But do you really, I have to just ask. That's kind of, I mean, I would never put any L'Oreal product on my face.
Well, I have a slightly different take on it.
Okay.
So, you know, obviously Susan Sarandon has a budget. And it's, you know, you know, we will try, we will go, we will not eat to get the new thing to try.
Yeah.
But for some people, that's not a choice for them. I say, look at the parent company. Now, L'Oreal is a big, multi-billion-dollar scientific machine.
Yes.
So if they're putting it in a more expensive product, and they've tried everything in clinical trials, and it's made its way down to a regenerist.
So tell me then, think of an expensive L'Oreal brand. I mean, they just bought Skinceuticals, didn't they?
Yeah, a few years ago. So Skinceuticals, for those who don't know, primarily came famous because of the vitamin C.
Yes, I mean, most of my ladies know it because I talk about Skinceuticals a lot. And I'm just doing the AHA at the moment. Do you like it?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
So, so all that technology, all those active ingredients and strength ingredients that you're paying £60 to £120 for.
Yeah.
How do you then think in your L'Oreal day cream or your retinol cream that you're getting 5% of that?
Well, I mean, you've got to, it's a good question. And I think really what it's about is trial and error, trying things if you see a visible difference, if you see that it's doing something.
Yeah.
I also really like to kind of circulate products. So I always go to Intraceuticals as my base products, but I do try different things to give my skin a bit of a boost, to get it kind of excited.
Okay.
I think when you use anything, it's like taking an antibiotic. You take it so long, it eventually kind of stops doing its job.
That I agree. I do like to do, you know, I do cycles, so I'll do 3 weeks of doing a retinol and a strong vitamin C, and then I'll do 2 weeks of doing a really good organic brand with active ingredients. So I like to change my skin, not let it get used to things. What are you actually putting in now, by the way?
So right now, this is a microwave of hyaluronic in a serum form. So it's so small that it goes deep within the skin.
No vitamin C in here?
We do have vitamin C.
I can smell it.
We have aloe vera, green tea, and we also have vitamins A and C. So what this is basically a tall glass of water for your skin.
Okay.
What we're doing with oxygen under pressure is we're pushing that deeper than it would typically go.
Yeah.
And I always say we're opening like a savings account, right? If you think about it, not that you're particularly dry,
Yeah.
but we've opened a hydration account, right? So we've loaded it with hydration right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we finish the treatment,
Mm-hmm.
we have a gel and we have a cream that we seal this first step in place.
Yeah.
And I say that's continuing to make a deposit in our hydration bank.
And then how long will it last? This kind of look?
I say how long do you want it to last? Because here's the thing, we're the only facial that doesn't wash off. I mean, it
Yeah.
sounds like a fun tag, but really it's up to you. By continuing to put the deposit in with the products following
Yeah.
the treatment, if you keep doing that, it will last as long as you keep doing that. Now, if you do a treatment again, you'll get that wow moment, which is always impressive,
Yeah.
but you won't have quite the dissipation. If you were
Okay.
just to do this yourself and go back to your usual routine,
Yeah.
it would last between 5 and 7 days.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's for a special. So anyone who's got a wedding or has got a huge birthday and
Nothing
wants
is
to
better
kind of,
than this.
Really? Do you
Yeah.
really think nothing is better?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to work for this company. I was introduced to it about 4 years ago now. I campaigned for 2 years to join the company to work with them because I thought, how is it that we don't
So
know
how
about
did you
this
discover
brand?
about it, Gavin? So I need to backtrack. So people who see you with tools in your hand,
Yeah.
are you going to bring out some tools and put them
Yeah,
on my face?
show you some of my favorite things.
He's got some incredibly exciting tools we can look at. But you kind of got to skincare from a passion. But did somebody do this facial on you?
So, funny enough, I was not introduced via the facial. I was introduced via the product line, which I'll show you when we finish the
okay.
product.
Yeah.
My best friend, Gina Brooke, is a very famous, renowned makeup artist.
Yeah.
Worked with Madonna for almost 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked at my distress over my skin. I mean, I was that person that would make the plans, get excited, and then I would cancel because Mr. Pimple decided to show up on the day of the party.
So this is 3 years ago your skin was bad.
Really bad, yeah.
Okay. But
I mean,
like
I wasn't-
bad, like cystic acne
No,
bad?
not
or?
bad, but bad enough that my ego was bruised, and bad enough that it was not so many acne that it became my theme,
Yeah.
but enough that it robbed my confidence.
And did you wear concealer over the top?
Of course, my mum
did.
gave me CoverGirl 11 years old. She's like, stick that on and save yourself.
Okay, all right.
And
yeah.
so my skin was really problematic, and I didn't know why I was breaking out.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing all of the things. I was using benzoyl peroxide. I was using salicylate. I was following the rule book that we're told.
Were you taking zinc?
I was taking zinc.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really getting much of a result.
Yeah.
What I didn't realize was that I was breaking out and having horrendous skin for me. And it's
Yeah.
all about a personal story.
Yeah.
Because I was dehydrated. And my
So-
body was rushing, producing oil
Yeah.
to try and put moisture back in my skin.
Yeah.
And thus clogging my pores and ruining my social life.
Okay, so just take me a step back, because if you're saying that you were dehydrated, so
Yeah.
you weren't looking after your skin, so your sebaceous glands were getting overactive to try and
Yeah.
hydrate you,
Yeah.
and that then clogged it because there was too much being produced.
Yeah.
So what do you think triggers our sebaceous glands to over produce?
It's a combination. I think, first of all, you can't deny genetics. Some people are just naturally dry.
Yeah.
And very true, very dehydrated.
Yeah.
And I was doing all these stripping agents. So if you think about it, I was putting acid after acid after acid on my skin, probably in the wrong amount, over-prescribing myself
Yeah.
how I was doing it, because we just want it dry and dead, don't we?
Yes.
And as a result of that, it was drying and killing me, and then thus breaking me out without
Yeah.
overproduction.
Yeah.
So I think that was really why dehydration is something that needs to be addressed, and it's not something we're really taught. What's interesting, because now I lived in America for 14 years, you know, we grow up going to the derm like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Still in the UK, I've asked so many sort of school friends, like, who's your derm? And they laugh at me, what do you mean I don't have a derm? I go to GP.
Yes.
And so I think
It's a very different attitude.
different attitude, and I think, yes, America's vain, but some things they've got right. And recognizing, there was a clinical study that I read in the Wall Street Journal, and they were talking about kind of self-esteem and mental health within teenagers. And they said, because of the new phenomenon with social media and Kylie Jenner's perfect skin, etc., etc.
Yeah. Does she have perfect skin?
She does, yeah.
Okay.
Those people who didn't fall within that space felt really bad about themselves. Those people who then went to a dermatologist and got their acne under control or was working towards getting clearer skin felt so much better about themselves, and they may still have acne, they may
Yeah.
still exist, but if they had a clear patch, they could focus on the possibility.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in America, do you think even in take, you know, New York and LA out of the equation, do you think the average American has a dermatologist?
I think an average, well, so funny, I always forget about the rest of the country.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, America is, when you're talking about the Americans who have...
I'm talking about my bubble in New York, the liberal elitist cities, I guess we call them.
Yes.
However, I do think that it is part of the kind of mentality that you go and you get, you know, skin checks once a year. That's part of an insurance plan. So they are always meeting somebody. Yes, they're seeing it for more of a serious medical reason, to look at moles, etc., etc. But they do have access to them. So they wanted to discuss some anti-aging, if they wanted to discuss getting a retinoid, starting that journey, they have more chance of doing that in that setting than the average Briton does, because they don't have the information to ask about it. And thankfully you, and Callan Hirons and Sally Hughes and the rest of them, are doing a really good job at educating the people.
But what would you suggest if somebody is watching this and thinking, you know, okay, I can't afford to, so how much will a facial like this cost?
So in this country it goes from between £150 up to £300 depending where you're going. In America it runs...
What do you mean depending where you're going?
Well, for example, if you go to a high prestige clinic in Knightsbridge, like Dr. Rita Rakers is our flagship account in London, it's going to run you about £300.
Okay.
Now, we also have Waterhouse Young, just on Devonshire Place and off Harley Street, it's going to be £200 there. So it really depends where you go as to what you're going to do. But typically it's in that range. So
if somebody then couldn't afford to do it, what would you suggest they do?
I would replicate this facial with the products that we have. Now I'll show you them when we finish this. And it's all about hydration. It's a process that was developed by Intraceuticals called intralayering. It's recognizing that when you work with a micromolecule of hyaluronic, as fast as it wants to go into the skin, it wants to Darcy bustle right out. So we want to pin it down and hold it in place and put it to work. So that's why
So what you're putting in now wants to come out?
Exactly.
Okay.
It doesn't want to spring as deeply out because we're putting it deeper with the oxygen, right? So this is why we use it. Now when you use the serum at home, which is pretty much the same serum, we just got a little more agents to keep it shelf life longer. We want to hold it in place, so we do a medium weight with a gel. That closes that first step, and then it humectifies the air. So what that means is it takes in the ambient air and converts it to moisture within the skin. So we've created a vessel, and we're now feeding the desire. It's very Kabbalistic. Okay?
So you actually can change the shape of my face a bit, do you?
You can. So we can get a nice contour within the cheek. Now you have lovely, juicy, delicious cheeks as they are, but we can lift them a little bit and just redefine that contour.
So this is quite, the air pressure must be quite strong to do that.
It's a combination of the cooling aspect of the air, right? So we're cutting down the inflammation, which is removing puffiness. But if I take it and I target the area where I want to get the indent and give a little lift, the oxygen coupled with the cooling coupled with the serum gives a nice little lift and hold. I do think hyaluronic is a major thing because it gives you that youthful glow. I'm also a big vitamin A fan. I love me some tretinoin, don't get me wrong. One of the things I think that scares people about a serious retinoid routine is that we don't really have time to look horrendous for 9 months or 6 weeks.
Well, I think there are many good brands now that do a retinol vitamin A, which actually is good. So Neostrata has quite a nice one. Dr. Oz, you know, Abaji's new brand. Paula's Choice has nice retinol.
So you're talking about retinol, which is a nice kind of training wheel. We have this we have a collection called Opulence, which uses retinol palmitate. So what happens, and I'm sure you've done a video with Caroline about this, it has to go through 2 changes within the body to be read as vitamin A. If you want to go straight to China, so to speak, you want to go with a prescription retinoid. Start 0.5, tretinoin is the gold standard. You can work yourself up to a higher one, the name will come to me. But you can also do something, you know, adapalene, which is branded as different. Prescription adapalene is a godsend, and if that was around when I was having my acne breakouts, I would be very, very happy with
I had
that.
Retin A when I had my acne breakouts.
So that's tretinoin.
Which is tretinoin, which is more your skin peels and you it feels dry and then new skin comes out underneath.
Yeah,
But
and that
it's-
will always happen, but the thing is, the protocol's changed. There used to be nothing else on your face but the Retin
Yeah.
A. So you would see these weathered gym bunnies with their falling off faces and their microwaves hanging out and burning. Oh, it's my Retin A, right? That was the whole scene.
Yes.
Now, they believe that you can add moisturizer back into that now.
And
You've got to
also
wait.
that it's in some of the products themselves, so
Yeah.
it actually is contained within something that doesn't make your skin feel like it's falling off or drying. And it's kind of perhaps not going so deep.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can start with retinol palmitate. There are amazing ones in the market, including Intraceuticals opulence. Then go to a retinol. You're stepping up the strength,
Yeah.
and then hopefully eventually you get to a retinoid, and that's a whole different category. That's serious skincare. The one thing, I know you're a big advocate for vitamin C.
Yeah.
The three things which are proven by science in a white paper, that's what we call a medical journal: vitamin A, vitamin C, and hyaluronic. Those are
Yeah.
the three gold standards when it comes to really dealing with a sinful amount
Okay,
of
I
skin
want to ask you
problems.
now, because I'm really into it at the moment, copper isolate.
You know, I haven't really worked with it.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Well, I started with Niod's one, and they have called CAIC, copper amino isolate. And the way that they describe it is it's a kind of indirect facilitator for other things. So it's the first thing you put on, because always for me it was vitamin C was the first thing I put on. So now I put the copper isolate on, which looks blue and smells like rusty old pipes. But what I found is, and I don't know exactly how it works yet, but as a basis, and some people think to use vitamin C with it's too strong, but my skin can take anything. I felt my skin texture really change over a month. So I want to research more exactly what copper isolate is doing.
I have to say it's interesting because you are such a product person and you try lots of things and you're very diligent. So I'm actually on my second serum, and typically I use one serum for a client.
Yeah.
Your skin's very dehydrated.
Yeah, it
and I
is.
can tell that with how quickly the skin wants to take the
Yeah,
serum.
yeah.
And it seems like I thought I barely used it, but I've run out. So I've actually had to do a
Dehydrated
second
bit
one.
because I've been sick for 3 days and I had a bit of bronchitis and I've been on
Okay.
antibiotics. So
We're gonna
I
put
think,
that back,
yeah,
yeah.
that's what it is. But I feel it's dehydrated. Yeah. So you normally use one.
For a full face,
Yeah.
and then I'll use another one for the décolleté.
Yeah.
For you,
No,
I'm probably going to
I'm
use one and a
inhaling it.
half. Yeah.
Inhaling. So, who's the youngest client you have?
The youngest client's probably 25. I mean, I've given Kendall Jenner a treatment before, and she
Yeah.
was, what, 17 at the time?
Yeah.
You
So
get
those
an-
girls start really early, do
They start really early because, you know what, that's a life on planes, off planes, makeup on, makeup off. They're working.
Yeah.
So the typical 17-year-old is maybe going to want to do this because it makes them feel they're connected to the story. You're going to get a nice glow, but to be honest, they've got the glow already.
But do you think a Cara Delevingne is going to take as much care with her skin as a Kendall Jenner?
No, but she should.
But the thing is, that's the English versus the American
Yeah.
education of your skin.
Yeah, I think it's different. I mean, you look at Christy Tarlington, who has barely aged a day, who
Yeah.
looks still very much like herself.
Yeah.
And then you look at the alternative in the UK. Let's look at Kate Moss. You know, she's now the face of a skincare brand.
Yeah.
But she's also a poster child for a rock and roll lifestyle.
Yeah, she
It's a
is.
different thing. One's a
Do
yogi,
you know
one's a
anything about
podcaster.
this skincare brand? She's
Never heard of it.
No.
Never
I
heard
saw
of
it
it.
in Selfridges
It's French,
last
which
week.
probably means it's Japanese.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah, but
never
she's
heard
taken
of it, but I would say look at the source. If you really want to try something, you've got the budget to play around, try different things. If there's an ambassador for it, first of all, it's so difficult to know who's genuinely involved in a brand and who's just paid to be there.
Yeah, that's true.
But even if they are paid to be there, look at them. Do they look good? Do they represent what you want to have? And
Yeah.
that's a good way to find something, to try new brands that you might not have heard of. What's interesting about this treatment and the product line is we have more celebrity testimonials unpaid than any other brand in any category.
So
From a
give me-
huge, so Kim Kardashian, Cher, Katy Perry, Miley Cyrus, Madonna. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. Kate Blanchett has a contract with SK2,
Yeah.
but she was able to advocate for us our enzyme exfoliant, which is a very aggressive exfoliator, which you will love.
Yeah.
She was able to speak out loud and say that she loves that. You know, we have Channing Tatum, Justin Timberlake. We have a lot of men who are really invested in the
So
product
yeah, so
too.
talk me through men. Ross will be interested in this. How much do men take care like women in Hollywood?
You know, it's probably about the same.
Really?
doing different things, because a man never wants to look overly done.
Yeah.
But this, I have to tell you, we're in so many movie sets with leading actors. We were just on the set with Brad Pitt and his movie. You know, we have...
So he's having facials.
Yeah, by his on-set makeup artist to prep them. Because HD,
Oh my God.
listen, HD TV...
I'm just so disappointed now because I want Brad to come out rugged.
Yes, but
as
rugged
he
works
is
in
and-
real life, because the naked eye is not HD camera.
Yeah.
Rugged, real rugged, on a camera, blown 50 feet wide, is a horrendous story that nobody wants to experience.
Really?
Truthfully.
Do you
I
think
mean,
a
men have
lot of
been-
clients, do you think you tripled? Well, HD came a few years ago, but do you think when it must have been 5 years ago, it started to come on strong. Do you think a lot of actors and actresses got a bit nervous?
I think they did, and I sort of think they started, you know, we know the ones in the public eye who've basically got new faces now that they didn't start with. That's an example of somebody who's really tweaking a lot.
Okay.
Funny thing is, so our global ambassador Gina Brooker, I'd mentioned to you before, very famous makeup artist, she would take this to set when she was filming campaigns with Stephen Klein, also a very famous photographer, and she would actually take the photoshopping budget and split it in half, because they didn't have to go so into a micro level to do everything.
That's kind of great.
And this just gives a nice, if you look fresh, when you come out of a shower, your wrinkles aren't so deep, you look kind of
Yeah.
vivacious. This
Yeah.
this kind of just lasts a bit longer than once the towel drops.
I don't have those kind of showers. So I have kind of showers where I come out looking like a wet rag.
I
and
thought you were going to have like a herbal essence. Ooh, ah.
No, my showers. No, I tell you, the best thing about coming out from a shower when I wash my hair is I put the towel over my head and it gives me a mini facelift. Just like pulling
Love
up
it.
the towel. That's the benefit of a shower to me.
Love it. You've got the most famous bathroom in England now, so
Well,
you've got
I've
to
got
do it justice.
I've got a bathroom we go upstairs and own that nice bed. Where are you staying, Gavin?
I'm staying in a fun little hotel in Paddington,
Yeah.
which I love.
Okay. And no, because it'd be nice to do something in the daytime
Yeah,
there with you. But if you're around this area, you can pop in.
sure.
And we can just do a little picture in front of it up there. So it feels, by the way, for anyone watching, very comfortable and very relaxed. Do people fall asleep?
All the time.
Yeah.
All
It's
the
kind
time.
it's like hot air. It's like you caught a little bit of your hair dry, but the air is cool and it's very focused. That's
Well,
kind of
When we go to the mouth, it has all of the sound of a root canal, but none of the discomfort.
when you go to the mouth.
Yeah, because I actually put it on the lips to give you more of a pout. But
So
that
you're going to put it on my lip.
I am.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
Well, to get rid of that sort of lining up there.
I'll spend more
would be-
time on that.
Oh
Actually,
my God.
the two areas that I like to work a lot in
Yeah.
is this sort of central cheek area.
Yeah.
Almost like where you put a dermal filler. I like to focus right under the eyelid, because
Yeah.
no matter what you do, sometimes you're just going to be puffy. At the
Okay.
time of the month, you're perimenopausal, it's going to
and
happen.
if you have dairy ice
Right?
cream and all that
All
stuff.
this stuff, right? If you live life, you're going to
Yeah.
wrinkle that.
Yeah.
So we want to smooth that out and want to restore vitality. I
Yeah.
also like to focus a lot on the upper lip,
Yeah.
and I do like to focus actually on the chin area.
Yeah.
Because I do think when you can contour that shape back to the bone, even if it's just very subtle, you restore vitality back to the
Okay.
skin. Okay? Okay, almost done with you, my love. I'm getting a very nice result. Actually, what's interesting about your skin is that you do have that kind of lip within glow that's now been restored.
Oh, lip within glow, that's what we want. I was quite tired actually today.
Well, you know, it's quite funny because when I met you, and Trinny and I met for the very first time today, it was a
Yeah.
huge, you know, I have to say I've met a lot of big stars. I was the most intimidated and excited to meet Trinny, slightly
Why?
nervous, we couldn't stop
Why?
eating to pee. Because you know what, I
Something-
think
I know that
the
feeling
foundation
so
of your
well.
personality and your whole character is made in childhood. And when I was up in rural Scotland, struggling to find an identity, when I had a very sporty twin brother who took up financial services as a career, I had another brother that was sort of bandaged to my father in oil. I thought, oh, I don't really make any sense. I mean, I could be a designer, but I can't draw. I can't even visualize something. What am I going to do? Somebody like you, I think, put a spotlight in what was out there in the world. I mean, your show was the reason I wrote to Izzy Blow and said, take me on.
No.
Yeah.
God, Gavin,
So-
that's such
So it's, I think we're all collectively very thrilled to see the platform that you built for yourself.
Well, I think we've all got to evolve. And I think life is, I always feel now, and you are 28 past 3, but I feel that we go in cycles. So I've had like 10-year cycles in my work. And this is the next 10-year cycle. And it's kind of exciting.
Okay, so what we're doing is doing a nice basing on the lips. Then I
So
take
look at them
this.
first,
Yeah. Take
out
them.
of the light, Ross, so they can really see. Okay.
What I'm going to do is going to place this on the lip. It's going to sound like a root canal, like I said.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Close it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no root canal I've had. It's just easy.
An area I like to focus, and when you hear that farty noise, it just means the mouth is getting sexier.
It's ticklish.
It is a little tickle, so we won't hang here too long. Just count to 10, count to 10.
Fine.
Okay. I like to unfurl the corners of the mouth, because I think that's an area that we don't spend a lot of time.
Yeah. Unfurl the corners.
Yeah.
Because we get all tense and tight, and then we can have downtrodden marinette.
We can, but your skin is really pretty remarkable. Your hard work is paying off. Okay. So, 1 potato, 2 potato, whatever they say for the count. Okay. That first side. Bottom here.
You're getting close, Ross.
No, it's not that close.
I hope there's somebody for you to kiss tonight because we're prepping the lips. Got a nice little curve. Smell very good. I don't know what I'm catching, but it's good.
I don't know. I tried some very bad dry shampoo from Show, and I can't bear the
Did
smell
you?
of it. I don't know if it's that. Smell it.
Might
Is
be
it
that. Yeah.
It is that smell.
Yeah.
You see, that smell. It's like I think you're of a family where you like burnt caramelly kind of smells. I'm a family where I like bitter floral. I mean bitter lemons.
Bitter
things like that.
lemons,
So
yeah.
I like Catholic churches or lemons. So I like
I love
Lennon
that.
Bouquet,
Sinner
or
or Saint.
Neroli, Portofino,
Yeah.
or Comme des Garçons No. 2, or that kind of, those kind of ones.
See, I'm a big perfume person. I actually have a perfume blog that I have.
Do you?
Called Amber and Smoke.
Oh really? I
And
used to work for Carol in Paris.
I
years ago.
write about, I'm a big fan of I call it olfactive terrorism.
Okay,
I like a
what's
scent that introduces you before you've arrived and
Okay, you really like
not
all
people
the
out when I leave.
Okay, so tell me scents that introduce you before you arrive. Give your list, because I'm
Portrait
sure
of a
ladies
Lady
would love it.
is my go-to. Frederic Malle, Portrait of a Lady.
Yeah.
I love number 22 from Chanel.
Do you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
What's
love-
a lady, Frederic Malle?
I
That's
like
not that dangerous.
Diaghilev from Roger Dove.
Don't know. The man in Harrods.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's an interesting chap, but he
Yeah.
basically wanted
Diaghilev
to,
is a perfume man.
yeah, to redesign Mitsuko, which is Garland's.
Yeah.
I used to like it. It's very peachy. It's got the whole Garland. It makes me want to die now.
Okay,
Um,
it's too cloying.
I love Andy Tower. He's an amazing perfumer from
Don't
Switzerland.
know,
He's
don't
got
know.
something called Incense Rose. If you
Yeah.
like citrus,
Yeah.
to me it smells like a very wealthy shake in a Bentley that broke down at the beach.
Oh, but I wouldn't like to smell a shake's hand anyway.
No.
No, so no, moving on. Then.
Moving on, not for you.
Yeah, not for me.
What else am I loving right now? I love, one of my best friends is Linda Roden. I love her first fragrance that she did for the brand Verdun Oleoluso.
Yeah, the
So
one with the jasmine.
Very jasmine.
Yeah.
And I love her second one, Bees, which is
Yeah.
very, it smells like the inside of an Hermes
She
Constance
just
bag.
sold now, didn't she? She left
She
the
sold
brand.
5 years ago,
Yeah,
and
but she left the brand now.
She did, yeah.
Because Mitsuki, her Hitsuki or her lady, her Japanese lady who worked with her, I'm talking to about the things.
Yeah, oh, well done you. She's amazing. Yeah, she did.
But, yeah, she did, didn't she? Because it's a beautiful brand. I love the simplicity of the packaging. I like the ingredients.
She
It's a
changed,
really great brand.
Linda Roden revolutionized where beauty was going. She, we remember, I say we, but, Clarence was all about the oil. Linda made oil sexy again.
Do you
She
think
made
she
people
was the
not.
first one to make oil sexy?
Yeah.
Well, after organic brands, which were always there, like Jolique was there with its balancing oil, Dr. Hausch was there.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people who had oils.
But they weren't luxury.
They weren't luxury.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
They weren't luxury, and they also moved a lot of the production to China. Well, Jolique did. And
Yeah.
so that's why they were kicked out of Whole Foods for not being what they said they were anymore.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Rodan Oleoluso introduced, a little bit like Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop,
Yeah.
health and wellness to a luxury consumer, and showed how it could be part of their lifestyle, that it didn't have to be this kind of granola.
Yeah, it's very, because I told my ladies love the Retinol, the original one, and I'm just trying
Unbelievable.
out the new lavender one.
The lavender one, yeah.
Seeing what that's like, but that's since she's left.
Yeah. That was under her tenure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And the lipsticks were really good.
Yeah.
She has a new fragrance which I'm obsessed with called Number 3.
Yeah.
And that was inspired by her time in the 60s and 70s on the
Italy.
Italian beach.
Yeah.
And it's really
I
quite
must
gorgeous.
try that.
I like melancholic scents.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you like Tabac Blanc from
Not at all.
Gavin?
No. No. But I do love Bala Versailles.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, because I worked with Gavin.
Oh, do you?
I used to work, there was a very nice man called Sandy Bertrand who was the editor of French Vogue, and then he went to run Caron, and this woman wanted to bring out a fragrance, and Caron were going to do it, so I went to work with them for a year, and I worked with the Nose Man.
Is Caron still around?
Yeah.
Because he shuttered all the stores in the States.
Yeah, but in Paris on Avenue Montaigne, no, not Avenue, the one, the Plaza Athénée, there's one on the corner there of the
To
Shawshank.
revisit it.
Yeah.
I love Shalimar.
Yeah.
I love Shalimar on a guy. I think it's really
Shalimar's
unexpected. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
yes,
think that's
yes,
good.
yeah.
I quite like Joy.
Do you? Yes.
Yeah, when it's in the pure perfume form.
Did you ever try Jar's perfume?
I did, yeah.
Did you try White Diamonds?
I tried. You mean Elizabeth Taylor?
No,
White Diamonds?
it's Jar the jeweler.
Yeah,
He did
I had the one that he
fragrances.
did. I did the
He did
red
three
bottle I
different
got.
ones, yeah.
After looking
And
at
there's
it.
one called White Diamond or something like that, but it's an incredible smell.
I'll have to check it
Yeah.
out.
But
I also love
don't-
Fracas.
Yeah, Fracas I wore for about 3 years. Opium and Fracas, I went through that phase.
But I haven't worn a man's fragrance probably in 10 years. Because I find that there is a lot of narrative and poetry and opinion in female scent.
Yeah.
And you and I, we're talking about niche bespoke fragrances, right? I don't find that same thought process goes into men's
What
scents at
about
all.
Tom Ford's scents?
Does nothing for
You
me.
see, I do like Portofino.
See, I'm not a citrus person.
But
I'm
it's
not
neroli,
like
it's orange
I'm not
blossom,
like a
it's kinda-
cologne person,
Yeah,
right? I like to have
yeah, you see, I like 4711.
in my life. Oh, I love 4711.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
that's-
perfect. But
that's-
that's when you feel nauseous in the back of a car or a horse-drawn carriage, and you put it on to feel good.
I
Right.
love the way you get through your fragrance. I mean, it's
Okay.
Biologie Recherche,
Yes.
which the ladies know, and
Okay.
we talk about P50.
P50, love it, love it. If you're in a country where you can use 1970 with phenol, I say phenol, get it. If you can't, the others are
When you
great.
say phenol, you're British at heart, and you say phenol.
I know, but you know, I don't even know how to
You
cross
lived
the
in
road
America.
anymore. I have to look down and say, it says,
Do you
and it
say
actually says
herb,
look
or
left.
do you say herb?
Herb. But I say restroom pans.
Okay.
Take this.
Yeah.
You put them under the eye,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets nice. Now, ideally, you keep this in the fridge.
Yeah.
Okay. And you hold it, and when you get those, you would just rub it gently and
Yeah.
sculpt the cheek. Okay?
Okay.
Everybody, when I tell you every celebrity has this in their bedroom
Yeah.
and their bathroom,
Yeah.
this is it. So we'll
Okay.
do a nice contour. Now, it's not cold enough to really get the effect.
Yeah.
But then I would do is I would help sculpt the jaw.
Yeah.
And I would give you a lift here.
Okay.
Get these. They're really
Okay.
great. If you're a big fan of the Jade Ruler or some of that kind of thing,
Okay.
try
Right.
these out.
Fine. And you keep them in the fridge.
Keep them in the fridge.
Fine. All right,
Okay.
we'll be-
Now we're going to get you layered.
Okay. We're gonna get layered.
Now we're going to do our
Layered.
daily serum number 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is basically a replica of the professional serum we just did.
Yeah. So
I-
why do you need to put more of it on now?
Because I just like to get you extra juiced.
Okay.
You don't have to.
No,
you
but
can
let's
always
do it. Let's
skip
do it. I want to do
Okay.
the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, it smells exactly like what I had on.
Yeah. The only thing is going to have slightly different binding agents just to give it a shelf life, just to make sure that it's got the efficacy. Now we don't have the oxygen helping us, so you want to be able to travel that as deep as we can go.
Mhm.
Okay. Your skin feels glorious, I have to say.
It's all hard work.
Okay. Well, it's a combination. You put more years into it than I just did. But okay. Now we've done that, we're going to go to the hydration gel, which is number 2. This is a medium. Now, as you know, most of these don't really have much of a smell.
Yeah.
They're very naturally
Yeah.
occurring. The last one does, and I'll explain
Okay.
why in a minute. So, hydration gel. This
Yeah.
is medium. This is very anti-inflammatory. We've got the Kakadu Plum from Australia, which is an
Okay.
antioxidant.
Yeah.
Okay. We then rub-a-dub-dub.
So this smells the same as the first one, but
Yeah.
slightly just sweeter a little bit. But
You know, and these are, I say, 99% natural. I mean, we are definitely aided by science, but this is not a crazy brand. I'm just going to take it down to your neck. You actually missed doing your decollete, didn't we?
We did with my decollete.
You look so peaceful and serene. Okay. That's step 2. Now, we do have an eye gel, but actually when someone checked my suitcase in America, they stole it from my case.
God, really?
So I'm just going to pop this on here. Okay. And then I'm just going to then take my other device. Now, I know you talk about Foreo quite a lot.
Yeah, I use it for the face one.
For the cleanser. So there's a couple of things which are new to the market. This is called the Iris, and this mimics the tiny patina of an Asian hand.
Okay.
And that basically is going to help with lymphatic drainage and also
Great.
puffiness. You also have another thing called the Espada, which is about destroying zits. So that would be good for another acne
Yes,
story.
fantastic. So this is if I had a wonderful Japanese lady giving me that special massage on the face, it's replicating that.
Exactly.
So if somebody has puffy eyes and they use this,
Use it with your favorite. I like gels under the eye,
yeah,
especially to keep them in the fridge.
yeah.
So if you do those initial cryo sticks, excuse me, and then go into this.
But who has time to do all of that? It's going to really be because you'd want to do those cryo sticks for how long?
15 minutes.
Really?
I mean, we'll make the time.
Yeah.
I used to work out with Tracy Anderson, and I once said, oh, I can't work out 6 days a week. She said, well, you don't have your priorities straight. I thought, I'll figure out the time to do it.
And do you now exercise every day?
6 days a week.
Do you really? 1 hour a day?
2 hours a day, usually.
You're kidding.
No.
Oh my God, that's
I usually do an hour of dance cardio
Yeah.
and an hour of mat work. I'm a big Tracy Anderson diehard.
okay. So once you've been trained by her, I suppose you then are indoctrinated to...
Yeah, but I know a lot of people who just started with their at-home DVDs and they've had glorious results from
Yeah.
it. You know, it's all about discipline. Now listen, 2 hours is not realistic for a lot of people. I get up at 5 in the morning to do it. Not everybody wants to do that. I don't have kids. I don't have much responsibility other than what you're seeing now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can do it.
Yeah.
What we can also do is take this to the upper brow. If I give you a nice little lift, we can just mimic what we did with the applicator. And trust me, if you really are one of the people who get very dark under eyes, a lot of that is just getting the toxins out.
Yeah.
Okay. And do the other side. Okay. And it feels curiously comfortable, right?
It does, yes.
Okay. It's like the elves in the shoemaker, except for helping the face. Okay, now we're going to go to the third step, which is the moisture binding cream.
Okay.
This has a gorgeous geranium smell.
Yeah.
Because geranium is a natural free radical antioxidant.
Okay, I love
And it's going to
geranium.
help.
Where's geranium?
Yeah. And this is what's so great about it, is going to lock in the initial steps that we've done, and then we're going to fight all the outside aggressors
good smell.
from stealing the terrible, terrible things from our face. You know, that steal. Father Time slaps us, bitch slaps us quite regularly. Okay. Cheek a bit more. Can I get some on your neck? So I always get very weird calling the throat a neck.
You get weird doing what?
Calling this the neck. I always call this the throat.
Why do you feel weird calling it the neck?
Because I feel like I'm calling it the neck all the time because Americans haven't heard of the throat term.
Really?
Do you know, I think I'll put that on your neck. I'm worried about my neck, but really it's your throat.
Yes. It's true, but I feel the throat is just inside my mouth and the neck is outside.
We're educating everybody.
That's what I'm sort of saying.
Okay, and that's you, my love.
Okay, my darling.
Yes.
Oh my God! Actually, I can tell even if you can't.
Don't you think?
It's really, yes.
See, what it's done is it's defined your cheeks more.
Yeah.
So you've got a nice little lift going up to the top
Just
of your
here
ear.
as well. Yeah,
Give you a
I
nice
really
scoop.
noticed.
If you notice your
difference.
mouth is more expressive, it's not so tight as it was
All
when we first
here is
started walking.
looser.
Yeah. And your eyes are sparkly and bright.
It's really good. Really good. Really good.
Yeah.
Voila! Voila! Well, anyway, that was a natter for like 45
Thank you for
minutes.
having me, everybody.
And a kind of half of what Gavin speaks about is something that we could most of us could think in our wildest dreams, but I kind of like to hear it anyway. And the other half is very good advice and skin advice. We
Yes,
love
thank
skin
you.
advice. And then the added benefit of fabulous perfume advice, because I want to list those ones. So will you?
Yes.
What we'd like to do, because some people who are real addicts of fragrance might say, oh, what were those names? You said them so quickly. So we might try and write them down and put them at the end of the blog for this, so that you can kind of have the links to this if you want to go and find treatment, to all your fragrances, to all the products we discussed. We haven't shown any, so it's quite good. And also the tools of the trade. I'm off to buy these babies. Fantastic. I love a tool. Thank you.
Thank you.